is something guys do all the time. It's like, oh, I don't know when I'm going to see her next. Although I do have the internet and I have access to her 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, anytime that I want to talk to her. What do? Shut up. Call her. Like it's actually so annoying. I don't know when I'm going to see her next, and I don't want to be. You're in your 20s. Like this is not high school anymore, where you like need to kind of be brave and ask her in person. There's like real realities about like work and life that would make it hard for you to see a person in person. Yeah. So just call her. You know, this is not back before cell phones. This is actually really normal. Like you get your friends to like get her phone number so you could like call her up, and then you'd have to like talk to her dad, be like, hi, this is Ethan. And then like, I'm calling for Kenzie or whatever her name is. And then it's like, okay, here's Kenzie. And you got to be like, Kenzie, I want to take you to the dance. You know, like you'd have to do that whole rigmarole, you know?
Yeah.
And so you can do it. If they could do it in the 80s, you can do it now, you know?
I know it hurts. I'm sorry. All right, you came to the right place, you ding-dong. It's called communication, baby.
Welcome to The Crunch, the only podcast you didn't give up for Lent. It's your boy, Ethan.
And I'm Patrick. Please don't give us up for Lent. We can't.
Don't give us up for Lent. I have so little going for me in terms of what I have going on.
This is basically it.
I've
got a family.
But what
do they do?
I've got a job. You know, I've got a Suzuki that I drive on a daily basis. But if you stopped listening for 40-ish days, I don't know.
That's 6 weeks of podcasts. That's 12 podcasts.
Yeah. What if Punxsutawney Phil came out on Ash Wednesday? He was like, 6 more weeks of podcasts. You know?
Yeah.
And he forecasted it for us. And if
they should make it Groundhog's Day, but it's podcast day.
Yeah. Like what if the Pope comes out and if he sees the shadow of a potential scandal looming in the distance and he goes back into his conclave, then we get 6 more weeks of you get to do sin.
Yes. I think that's a good thing.
And if the Pope comes out and he says, no, there's no scandal, then you have to do virtue.
You have to be good.
You got to be good. Yeah.
You can't eat cheeseburger on Wednesday.
I want to be a member of a religion where whether or not you get to do sin is based on whether or not the leader of your religion is inside or outside.
We could start that religion right now. That would be a sin, but not in our new religion. You ever think about that?
It. That's true. You can kind of get around the whole sin thing if you just make up a new one. People don't talk about this.
People don't talk. Actually, people do talk about it. They'll say things like, that's against your religion. It's not against my religion. And they forget that when people have a religion, they think that everyone should be a part of the religion.
Everyone should be a part of the religion. Well, here's
the
thing.
So if you don't think everyone should be a part of your religion, you just know it's wrong.
I guess when Jesus came, he did kind of do that. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Well, he was like, you know how you guys write a bill of divorce out of the hardness of your hearts? Well, I say unto you, the real sin. And he like makes up new sins, And it's like, you got to follow these now. You think that you got to clean the inside of a bowl? How about you clean the inside of your mouth, son? That's what he said. But it wasn't a sin before to not clean the inside of your mouth. Or maybe it was all along.
Maybe it was all along. He also made things not sins anymore. Like in the Bible,
true.
You've heard this, where he says it's not what goes into the body that defiles it, but what comes out. Yeah. And then it says, and thus he declared all foods clean, which people really skip over when they talk about when they dunk on Christians for the Old Testament. Yeah. They miss that line.
Food used to be dirty.
Itself.
You're welcome.
Yeah. You used to not be able to eat bugs unless you were a guy wearing camel's hair. And
a very specific kind of guy could eat bugs, but all the rest of you, no bugs.
No bugs. No bugs. Any lesions? Out.
I do remember today. Good Tweetman tweeted, "We need to go back to 2010s era LOL XD random humor," and like
Yes.
I take that to mean Christians. You're welcome for bacon. Lol.
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 Good Friday. I died so you could have a day off of school. That one's not good, but people did say that in 2010.
People said that. I never went to Catholic school,
Yeah.
so we didn't get much. Didn't get much of that activity.
You didn't have Good Friday off?
No.
We had Good Friday off in public school. Dude,
Really?
my public school every Friday, even not during Lent, my public school served fish, no meat on Fridays in the public schools. My Catholic school served pepperoni pizza on
With the
Fridays.
little squares that you had to pick off.
No. It was like Papa
Little
John's
cubed-
pizza
Little cube
every Friday,
pepperonis?
except for Fridays during Lent, to be fair. But they served
Yeah.
pepperoni pizza every Friday, and my public school had no meat on Friday.
Mm.
That used to be common. That used to be normal.
What was so special about? Because I thought that Florida was where the Jewish people went to retire. I wouldn't think that there would be.
Yeah, but they're not like in charge of the schools. They went there to retire. You know,
That's
they're
true.
done.
That's a good point.
They're not.
That's a good point.
You know, they didn't.
I guess when I think of
fault, you know,
when I think of Florida, I don't think of it as a particularly Catholic place, but maybe that's wrong of me to say.
well, it's very.
You know?
It's first of all, it's very Hispanic.
Indeed.
Also, a lot of people from the Philippines, Vietnam, and
Oh,
Florida.
Really?
A lot of
Vietnamese here
Yeah,
in Oklahoma.
yeah, that's true. At our diocese, when we celebrate Mass, we read the readings in. There's a reading in English, a reading in Tagalog, and a reading in Spanish. So there's a lot of Catholics in the
What was
area.
the second word you said? You do reading
Tagalog.
in Gaelic?
Tagalog, Filipino.
Oh, I know about Tagalog. I've seen that option
Tagalog.
on the iPhone. Yeah.
Uh
I know what you're talking about. I read Tagalog.
I'm
Just
sorry, I had
seems
to
the best of them.
translate it to white boy.
Yeah,
Tagalog.
well, don't act like you ain't one of us. All right, this is a dating podcast where we give advice to people who are in or trying to get into or trying to get out of a relationship. And if you fall in any of those categories, you can go to bit.ly/crunch discord. My name is Dr. Ethan. I have a doctorate in dating. We've helped probably hundreds of people with their dating problems, and you could be next. Don't let
as a result of our
Patrick's-
advice, I was recently told we have to talk about results. As a result of our advice, one man married, baby.
Oh,
As a
baby.
result, some people broken up. They should not have been together. Regardless of what Dr. Ethan prescribes, you will have a better life because you wrote in Dr. the Dating Corner. And your question is likely to be answered right away by our community of amazing people who they just love the Dating Corner.
They do.
Channel.
It's always
they're
popping.
in there, man.
Yeah.
It's popping. So
I'm
go
not
to
like those
bit.ly/crunch
other
Discord.
bit.ly/crunch discord. That's the place to go. Dating Corner channel. I'm not like those other doctors. I'm not going to prescribe you birth control because you have acne. Okay. I'm going to prescribe you acne because you're on birth control. And I'll do it right now.
I'll do it right now. Weirdest sleep, by the way. Like, oh, you have acne.
Yeah.
You probably go on birth control.
Oh, you're
Too
having-
much vitamin A in the acne medicine.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, look, you slipped and fell the other day. How about some birth control? I'm not like that. That's not me.
No.
I would never do that. I don't even know. People say birth control. I don't even know the brand name of it. You know?
No.
I wouldn't even know a birth control pill if you hit me in the face with it. That's how much I care about you.
We're estrogen maxing on this podcast. We are not progesterone. We're progesterone minimizing. We're
Hold on a
maximizing. We're in the luteal phase in this podcast.
We want the right amount of progesterone at the proper time. Let's just be clear.
Oh, sure. You do need progesterone.
You need progesterone.
To gestate.
To gestate. That's why it's called
Yeah.
Is it? It'd be funny if it was an Italian word. Progesterone.
It goes
All
on.
women
You
are
put
Italian.
some Prego on progesterone.
Yeah, that's funny. All right, do we have a question?
You progesterone because you are Prego. Okay.
Yeah. Let's get out of here. We're in 8 minutes of hell right now. We need to start doing some
we're
question
spiraling.
answers.
We have some questions.
It's late.
We're gonna answer them. I mentioned that we were going to our favorite weatherman, Carl. He asked a question that we need to get into because we didn't do it last week, and I promised him that we'd do it this week. So, Carl,
buddy,
after getting dumped by 5 women in 7 months, i.e., going on dates, spending time together, the 5th one happened just last night. Should I chalk that string of misfortune up to bad timing or myself and my actions? And as an aside, what are things that I can focus on instead of dating? Yes, I'm still getting over it, but I want help moving on in a better direction this time. Carl, man. Carl.
Carl, this is sad. But you got to realize every good gambler keeps going when he thinks about stopping. Every bad gambler quits right before a big win. Okay?
90% of gamblers quit right before they win big.
90% of gamblers quit right before their big win. What you're experiencing right now is what we call, in the business of poker, variance. Okay? You could do everything right at the poker table. You could have aces. You could go all in. Some joker next to you could have deuce 3 offsuit. Flop could come 4, 5, 6. You're dead in the water. He's got a straight. All you have is a pair of aces, right? This has happened to you multiple times, right? Sometimes you can lose. You can go to the casino every day for weeks and lose and have done everything right because it's just the normal variance of the game. Sometimes you're going to run hot. Sometimes you're going to run cold. Right now, you're running cold. That doesn't mean you should quit. You're just experiencing variance. This is a statistical reality for everyone, is that you're sometimes you're going to have a string of bad things happen in a row, but that doesn't mean that bad things will always happen to you, nor does it mean it's because that you've done anything wrong. This is why people don't understand statistics. I took a statistics course in college that I would sit in the front row and tweet during. However, I know what I'm talking about because I've watched a few videos on poker theory.
Too.
Indeed.
Sometimes it's feast, sometimes it's famine. Yeah.
Yes, and
I'm doing everything right. I'm running meetings. Why not?
Right, but because you're in a famine, does that mean that you should stop trying to eat? By no means. Is that what that means? Carl, I would highly recommend you stay in
Paul.
Did you see my tweet?
Shall we sin so grace increase? By no means. I do. I do feel it. I do. I kind of. Yeah. What?
What? Do you see my tweet about St. Paul the other day?
No.
St. Paul going to Athens. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna police some sexuality.
Nice. Might mess around and police some sexuality.
Might mess around and police some sexuality in the court of Athens today. Carl, I think there's nothing wrong with you. Keep going, man. I mean, I don't think you need to change anything. This is just life. Like if you're a normal guy and you're trying your best, sometimes you just get rejected a few times in a row. Don't work on yourself. That's how guys get. You start watching weird videos, you know.
Yeah,
don't work on yourself. Just be who you want to be, you know.
You're probably fine.
You're probably fine. I don't think there's anything. I wouldn't take this as anything other than a statistical fact. Like this is not a reflection on you, unless you think that there's something very clear, like every time on the first date, I I'm not gonna say the thing I was gonna say.
Man, now I want you to. Dang.
I'm trying to keep it family friendly. I'll tell you after the show. Like every time on the first date I tried to hold her hand, you know, and it didn't work out, right? Like if there's something that you seem like, oh man, I screwed up on this every time, sure, address that. Yeah. But as long as that doesn't exist, don't give up. You know, you're good. Yeah, you're a good guy. Keep going. Did he want any other advice, or what was that?
No, I think that was it. It's like, should I work on myself and what do I do? Like, is it me? No, dude, I don't think it's you.
None of the above. Keep going forward. Yeah. This is you gotta keep moving. If you have a goal, you gotta keep going. You can't stop just because you had some bumps along the way. You know, now is not the time to take a break.
Actually, the only thing, it might be you need to be pickier.
Oh, that's true. Maybe it's them.
It's not you, it's them.
Yes.
They don't see the value of dating a weatherman.
Mm-hmm. For business.
They don't see
sort
it.
of.
Who hikes, I think. I remember. We reviewed Carl's dating profile picture.
Yeah. And apparently
dating
Carl went to
profile,
Kansas State University, which is where I
Really?
went
At
to
the same
school.
time as you?
Yeah. No, I don't know.
That's
Maybe.
crazy.
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah.
We did a dating profile
anyone-
review. We
yeah.
should do one of those again. They were very fun.
It was fun. Yeah. Hit me with the
All
next one.
Next question. All right. Should I
Ready.
move to Antarctica to date a
What?
girl?
Hold on.
This
Hold
one
on.
comes from Anchor.
You're being
So there's a
catfished by a
girl.
penguin.
Hold on, buddy. Iceberg dead ahead. All right. You gotta.
Oh dear.
That didn't happen in Antarctica. So
Yeah,
there's
it's all
this
right.
girl.
It's close enough. Yeah.
She's a penguin.
Yeah.
She went
She
to my
says
college.
that she's
Her
an
IG
emperor, which I don't really understand.
That's crazy. IG account was suggested to me a few years after graduation. I saw she's working in Antarctica. I've always wanted to go there. So I followed her. She's been answering all my questions through DMs between penguin ranching
No.
and ice.
No.
Do you have to cull the herds ever? Do you eat
You
them?
have to get
Do
on
they
a
eat them?
get a horse.
have
Get on a
to.
horse, riding around, ice cowboy.
Do they eat the penguins down there?
Dude,
What else is there to
penguin-
eat?
Penguin rancher.
Do people eat penguin?
They must. Oh, I can't imagine kicking open the saloon doors and then everything freezes, and you like walk in, ka-chink, ka-chink, ka-chink. Your boots are frozen.
Siri, do people eat penguins?
They have to. I bet a penguin roasted.
Penguins have been known to hunt them illegally for their oil and eggs.
Okay, so no.
This is from reference.com.
Thank you. So no. Oil and eggs.
Oil
That's
and
it.
eggs, which are both things that you can eat, to be fair.
That is
So-
true. Yeah, I guess. Okay, so sorry, I didn't finish that.
Yeah,
sentence.
let's finish the question before we get into it.
She's been answering my questions about penguin ranching and ice chipping. I don't really have any more to add to it. I don't think our time out on the ice would ever overlap if I did get a job down there. Do
Our time
people
on the
live
ice.
there?
Researchers,
I guess they-
scientists.
Sure.
Mr. Beast
Does
went there.
Anchor- He did. He named it Shopify Ice Island or something.
Mount Shopify. Yeah,
That's stupid, but cool.
I know. Yeah.
Man, yes, yeah. Obviously, you should go down there.
I mean, do you live in South Africa? Because that's the only
mean-
place that I could.
America, South America.
No, South Africa. That's the best way to get to Antarctica.
I thought it was
There's no airport at the Cape of Gibraltar.
Do you mean Strait of Gibraltar, which is in Spain?
What did I say?
You said the Cape of Gibraltar. Do you mean the
what's the
Strait
bottom of South
Gibraltar?
America? Bottom of South America called podcast.
Good Hope? No, that's in Africa.
Podcast on Latin America. Nope. What
Cape
is the bottom
Horn.
of South America?
No,
Cape
that's also
Horn
Africa.
is what I meant to say. Cape
Aha!
in Dutch it's
I
Kap. It's Kap
backtracked, but I
Hoorn.
was right.
Yeah. Okay. So
That's in.
what I-
yeah.
there's no on the Horn of Gibraltar, right? There's monkeys, and that's why that place is important. And on Cape Horn, it's the bottom of South America, and that's why that's important. The bottom of Africa is important because it's close to Antarctica,
Okay.
and it's where Nelson Mandela was for a time,
Mm-hmm.
and Matt Damon was a rugby player there. And
Elon Musk's dad owned
we've
an emerald
yes,
mine.
the Emerald Mine,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We're really scraping the bottom of the barrel on my South Africa knowledge, but so that's where he would have to go to get like. There's no direct flight. Like you have to fly to Johannesburg or whatever the place is, and then fly from there to Antarctica. I think he lives in America, so this would be quite the. Did he really mean Antarctica, or is it like Atlanta? You know, like did he misspell?
No, there's not a lot of penguin ranching going on in.
Maybe she works at
Atlanta.
the zoo. So he met this
Maybe,
girl.
but you don't
I'm
really
just
have.
trying to
They're
get my-
already kind of ranched.
I'm just trying to get my arms around this. So she lives in Antarctica,
Yeah.
and he and he is asking if he should move there, not visit, but like move there. How do you move to Antarctica?
There. I think he has a job opportunity. I don't think
what
our time
job?
on the ice would overlap if I did get a job down there. So
what job?
I think
ice farmer.
Yeah, maybe like Aurora Borealis watcher.
Yeah,
that's
observer of uninhabitable climates.
Yeah, the only place on Earth where there's no mosquitoes. So non-mosquito observer. Did you know that?
My dad gave me flack the other day because I gave advice to that one guy to move to New York to move to New York City instead of New York State.
Deserved, yeah.
Whatever. But I'm right. Deal with it. But I think I don't share the same, like, yeah, this is probably the only time in your life that you should move to Antarctica, but I don't think the same logic applies.
No. There's nothing to do in Antarctica except for hang out with this girl. And what if it doesn't work out? And also, it's a massive ice sheet. You're not going to be near the commute. You can't just go visit someone in Antarctica. Going outside is a whole thing. You know, it's basically like you're moving to the moon to hang out with a girl who's at a different space station. It's like there's the resources it would take.
Yeah. It's like an episode of Black Mirror, to be honest. It's like a guy meets a girl online and then moves to Mars. Moves to Mars to be with her, and then it doesn't work out, and then they both have to live on Mars because the ship breaks or whatever, and then they're stuck there.
That's Black Mirror, Mr. Beast. That's what that is.
And then he uses technology to invade her privacy or something. You know, ooh, scary.
Yeah.
Do you want to be in a Black Mirror episode? If so, do this. But I can't. There's no bowling alleys. There's no Taco Bell. There's no, like, what are you like? What? I guess you could play Fortnite. Like, I don't know.
Is there internet? Is there internet down there? There's gotta be.
Surely. I mean, that's how she met him.
If they're okay. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah. The Penguins. Every year they show the Penguins March of the Penguins.
Don't do it.
And they go crazy for it.
Don't do it. I don't know what to tell you.
Every year the Ranchers herd the Penguins to one place and they blow up one of those inflatable movie screens and they watch Happy Feet and Surf's Up back to back.
They watch Surf's Up, and they
now
watch
that I'm thinking about it,
Penguins to make sure that
you might meet Cody Maverick down there.
Yeah.
So maybe in Shiverpool. Which is where he's from. So
yeah,
that might be worth it if you could meet.
Chicken Joe is from Sheboygan, right?
And Chicken Joe's from Sheboygan. Or you make a stop on Pengu Island.
One time someone said they were from Sheboygan, and Ethan freaked out and was like, "That's where Chicken Joe is from." And I was like, "How do you know?" I was like, how did you remember that?
When did this happen? I don't remember this.
I don't remember. I think it was a dating corner episode. It was like, hello from Sheboygan, Wisconsin.
It's like,
and he
Chicken
was
Joe's
like,
right,
Chicken
man.
Joe's from Sheboygan.
I've seen Surf's Up probably 3 dozen times.
It's such a good movie. We gotta watch it.
Oh man, Surf's Up's great.
Oh, Arnold, not again.
It's a great film.
Anyway.
Yeah, don't move to Antarctica. I don't care.
Dude, come on, man.
I don't care how pretty she is. She's a penguin in disguise. This is what's happening.
She's catfishing you as a penguin.
This is a bad idea.
Okay. So this is not a bad one. This one is from pseudonyms Jeff and Sarah in their 20s.
Great.
I'm assuming this is from the perspective of Jeff. So there's this girl I'm interested in, and I'm pretty sure she's interested in me too. Probably. Yeah. I plan to ask her out the next time I see her. The only issue is that I don't know when I'm going to see her next. We're both in the same parish groups, so I know I'll eventually see her again if I wait long enough. But due to her busy schedule, I don't know if the wait will be 1 week or like 2 months. To throw another wrench in the gears, she's already given me a couple of opportunities to ask her out in the past. I didn't do it because I was pursuing someone else at the time. That's fine.
That's I guess.
She didn't explicitly tell me she wanted me to ask her out, but it was pretty clear even that she was was pretty clear even then that she was deliberately giving me the opening. Unfortunately, the timing wasn't great for me, and I had basically accepted the fact that I missed my shot with her until she recently started showing interest again. She doesn't know all of this background, though. As far as she's concerned, I'm probably just a guy who is too much of a chicken. I always prefer asking someone out in person, but it feels especially important this time around. I feel like asking her out over text, or even over the phone, will only reinforce the assumption that I'm scared of rejection. But on the other hand, I really don't want to wait. For additional context, we've never talked on the phone before, so if I were to call her over social media for her number and a phone call out of the blue, it might look sort of strange. I'm open to it if I have no other options, though. So we're both in our 20s, and I think she attends different pairs for weekly mass, so I don't have much chance running into her there either. What should I do?
Dude, this is... Man, we got to address some problems that you've got.
What?
Jeffrey. Not you, Patrick. Jeffrey.
No, I'm on Jeffrey's side. He's in a tough spot.
I'm on Jeffrey's side. I'm on Jeffrey's side too, but there's some problems that need to be addressed. You have taken this assumption. You've projected your own insecurities onto this woman. And you are assuming that she thinks that you're a chicken because you didn't ask her out in the moments that she gave you to ask her out. That is like, she has never said that to you. Everything's falling right now because I'm very emotional about this. She's never said this to you. You have no evidence that she believes this, and yet you're basing all of your decisions off of this one thing. Ludicrous. Stop it. It's not true. You've made it up. We made it up. It's fiction. It's not true. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Not real.
It's not real. So then start from a foundation of, she thinks about me normally, like a normal person. She doesn't think I'm a chicken. You know, she doesn't think I'm weak or whatever. And then start making decisions. So from that point of view, it's like, oh, okay, I think she likes me. I like her. I'm going to get in contact with her however I can to ask her out. It's really that simple. Like, I don't think it's weird. Like, if she likes you and you ask her for her number so that you can give her a phone call, she's going to be more than happy to do it. Okay, so she might know that you're going to ask her out 4 minutes before you actually do it. Okay? Whatever. Like, why do you care if she thinks it's weird? If she says no, then it's all moot anyway, you know? So,
yeah. Also, at this point, asking someone out over the phone is like quaint.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's nice.
It's probably pleasant for her.
It's a pleasant experience because, you know, you're going... You know, with when you like someone, you know, and you go to see them, you get your hopes all up that they're gonna do something. You know, she gets her hopes up that you're gonna ask her out, and she, now she's down. So, but instead, she's going throughout her day. She's, you know, on the bus, you know, or she's at the park reading a book with her Dalmatian, and she's sitting
in her big
there.
Fur coat and her henchman, and she's trying to sell.
So I was not putting. She was not Cruella DeVille in this. She was what she was.
And you're a scrappy guy with a beautiful wife.
Jane? Jill, darling.
Who? Jill, darling.
Who's the woman in 101 Dalmatians? Bill and Jane, darling.
Woman. It's only coming up with Cruella DeVille, so
I guess she's the only.
She's
Cruella
the only
DeVille,
one.
Though? Is it the original?
I'm getting classic. I'm getting classic Meryl Streep and Emma Stone, which is
the Holy Trinity.
I know.
Of Cruella DeVille. I liked Cruella. Did you like Cruella?
What, the movie? I'm insulted that you think that I've seen that.
You did. I watched it on a plane.
Yeah.
It's a plane movie. So I guess I am biased because it was a plane.
A plane movie, right? Because you like planes. You like going places.
No. It's like every movie is better on a plane because it's
because the alternative is nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, so like she's sitting there with her Dalmatian reading a book in the park, and you know she's not expecting the guy she likes to call her up, you know, and so she's like all of a sudden she's got a little boost in her day, like, oh, I have a date. Like, I wasn't expecting that. It's much nicer than orchestrating some kind of meet cute. It's almost impossible, especially if you only see each other regularly.
This is something guys do all the time. It's like, oh, I don't know when I'm going to see her next. Although I do have the internet and I have access to her 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, anytime that I want to talk to her. What do I do? Shut up. Call her. Like it's actually so annoying. I don't know when I'm going to see her next, and I don't want to be. You're in your 20s. Like this is not high school anymore, where you like need to kind of be brave and ask her in person. There's like real realities about like work and life that would make it hard for you to see a person in person. Yeah. So just call her. You know, this is not back before cell phones. This is actually really normal. Like you'd get your friends to like get her phone number so you could like call her up, and then you'd have to like talk to her dad, be like, hi, this is Ethan. And then like, I'm calling for Kenzie or whatever her name is. And then it's like, okay, here's Kenzie. And you got to be like, Kenzie, I want to take you to the dance. You know, like you'd have to do that whole rigmarole, you know?
Yeah.
And so you can do it. If they could do it in the 80s, you can do it now, you know?
You can do it. And also, this is the other crazy thing. He doesn't even need her number.
Right. You can FaceTime her on Snapchat or whatever.
Yeah, every social media app has like a voice call function now. You can just do it there. Right. Or you can use a reverse IP lookup to find out where she lives and throw a can with a string into her window, and then on the other side
empty the can first.
It doesn't work. Ethan and I have tried.
Don't throw a whole can of beans at the woman you like. Please.
He keeps a string. You hear a shatter of glass. You look over and it's a can of one of those gigantic cans of Bush's baked beans,
but with a string attached to it,
taped to it, not even attached to it, just taped.
Just taped.
It's completely sealed.
They said if I threw you this can through the window,
talk into it. We'll talk to each other through the can. Oh man, that's
guy
good.
who thinks the can is to smash the window open and not because you could the sound vibrates through the string.
Back when Phoebe and I were considering moving to Arcadia, it was funny to imagine our houses being connected by a string and cans.
You can still
move
here.
I could.
A lot of time left.
It'll be my winter home. I think I'll winter in Oklahoma.
A lot of magazines to be sold up here. I actually haven't seen a magazine ever up here. So I mean, there's a lot of no.
I'm assuming the Arcadia market isn't super hot. Maybe the Edmond market.
Edmond market is booming, big and juicy. So anyway, I hope that explains why men just need to get over themselves and stop trying to. You're overthinking it. She's not thinking those things about you. You're thinking those things about yourself, and you're projecting them onto her as an excuse for why you can't do the thing that you don't want to do. So get over yourself.
Yes.
Call her up, ask her out, and be happy. Why are you trying to not be happy? You know, like you could be happy if you just make those choices. Yeah. But instead you're being unhappy, and it just doesn't make any sense.
Don't even ask her for her phone number. Just ring her up on the Instagram notification. The novelty of getting a so-and-so is calling you will cause her to go, huh, interesting. Huh. Like, have you ever gotten a phone call from a friend you haven't talked to in like years? You're like, oh, wow.
Yeah,
like,
I have.
So-and-so is calling me. That's crazy. You kind of just drop everything. You're like, hey, what's up? You know?
This is
someone
me when you
calling
called me
you
this
on
afternoon.
Instagram.
I'm like, oh, Patrick hasn't called me in 3 days. What's this?
I know.
Hello, stranger.
And I'm melting down. Like, Ethan, I don't know what's going on. I've been awake for 48 hours. I built 3 online courses, and all of them are bad.
None of them work. George is dead. Call me back.
Manny. Manny's in the laundry room. You know. See, I knew you would laugh, but I can't say the whole meme.
No, we can't say it. We can't say it. Well, that's it for our dating advice today. If you have a dating question, you can go to bit.ly/crunchdiscord. You can go to the Dating Corner channel. You can submit a question there, and you can get it reviewed by our community of over 1,000 people. Join the Discord. It's a great place to hang out. And
we broke 1,000 and just didn't. We need to do the Emperor's New Groove. We need to do the Emperor's New Groove. We promised the Discord that once we hit 1,000, we would do a commentary track on the Emperor's New Groove and talk about how Ethan is Cusco and I am Pacha.
Yzma. Oh.
I'm Kronk and you're Yzma.
Why do I be Yzma? I'm Peter Thiel. I'm Yzma. I'm never like a cool character in the thing. I'm always the lame character.
Who knows?
Yeah, we'll do that soon. Once we have some time. Once we have some free time. I started a new job, so I'm just busy and I'm learning a whole bunch of new things. We're doing other stuff. Big things coming soon. Type beat. So anyway. Patrick, you got anything else to tell him?
We are doing big things. If you want to know about the big things and don't just want us teasing it, you can go to thecrunchcast.com/toolkit. You can download our free Convince Your Friends toolkit, and then you'll be added to our list of people that we're going to tell about the thing when it drops. So do that. We're not going to be talking about it on Discord that much. We're only going to be announcing it to the email list because they are people who have explicitly said they're interested. Discord is just about community. So if you're on the Discord, crunchcast.com/toolkit. Thecrunchcast.com/toolkit. That's all I got.
Thank you all for listening. Please pray for us. We'll be praying for you. We'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.
Yeah, bye, everybody. Go ask her out.